Church bells are telling me it's 7 o'clock. If you do enjoy having some music on in the background, Spotify has a lot of very tranquil playlists, and you can also go to YouTube and look for healing frequencies. When you put the word frequency in, with whatever it is you're looking for, you can look for a heart opening frequency, or maybe connecting to higher self frequency. That's a really popular one that comes up. And you can just kind of find another layer of relaxation to your class if that's something that you enjoy. Otherwise, just enjoy the sound of silence. Tonight's class, we're going to move in some luxurious shoulder stretches. I've been getting request after request for some shoulder work and shoulder relief due to everybody now working at home and finding these. I know I have to move myself throughout the house. First I'm at the table, then I'm on the bed with my balance ball, and then I'm on the floor in child's pose, just moving myself throughout the day so that my shoulders don't get too tight. But when you're really into a project and you can't just move throughout the house like that, it's nice to find some relief. So we'll leave class breathing a little easier and standing a little taller. And let's start off tonight in child's pose. Let's just find a really quiet place, and then have your strap or dish towel handy for yourself, and you can melt into child's pose using your blanket or a beach towel under your knees for comfort. And let's bring knees really wide tonight, toes together as you stretch the arms long. And if it's not all the way comfortable for you to bring forehead to the earth, just come down to forearms. And if hips want to stay up a little bit over the heels, that's okay too. Make sure you have comfort in your knees and in your hips. And as you're comfortable, stretch the arms forward. We'll take a few moments in this still pose, just allowing everything to settle down, reaching the arms forward, settling the hips back. Take a few open mouth exhales, just releasing tension from shoulders and neck, from your spine and hips. And as you move through class tonight, I invite you to use the 75 minutes as medicine for your body and for your psyche, for your mood. Medicine for a better tomorrow, just allowing the process of bringing the body into a relaxed state, bringing the blood pressure down, and the heartbeat slower, just trusting the process of releasing that stress physically and mentally. We'll take a few more moments here in child's pose, and inhale for the count of 6 and exhale for the count of 6, just becoming very rhythmic and aware of your breath, the belly opening on the inhale and softening on the exhale. Slowly start to come on up into a kneeling position. If kneeling doesn't work for you, you can come to easy pose and just sit in a cross-legged position. Or if that doesn't work for you either, you can find a chair because you are at home and you can come to sit in a nice tall spine. Bring your towel or your strap. I love just being able to grab something from around the house and use it as part of my yoga practice. Use it as part of my stretching. I've used the kitchen sink, the bed, the kitchen table. We use doorways all of the time. Such a nice way to find a stretch. And so tonight we'll use our towel. It's coming to whatever length it is for you that you can, or if you're using a strap, which is quite long, versus a towel, you're going to bring your hands just about shoulder distance so that you can find this rounding or this opening of the shoulder blades, and then pull the towel taut as you bring the hands out from the shoulder blade, and then turn the wrists up and then in. And do that a few times, letting the rotation happen from the shoulders up into the wrists. Hi, Jessie. As you're joining us, go ahead and grab a strap or a kitchen towel and welcome. Taking slow, deep breaths. And bring the hands down to your sides. Release the strap or the towel and roll the shoulders out and in a few times. Soft exhales out of the mouth. The lights are on and we're on our mats. It's time to play for the cats. And then bring your hands so that they rest to your lap. Lift tall into the spine. If you're in easy pose, just rest the hands to your knees. And take a moment here and just simply shrug the shoulders up toward the ears and then back down. Just releasing tension and stress here. Sorry for the shaking camera. Our cat is now using the table to play with her ball. Perhaps she will be quarantined further in another room. And shrug those shoulders up a few more times. Bring stillness into the shoulders. Lengthen into the back of the neck and then tuck the chin in. And take a few breaths here, lengthening into the back of your neck. And inhale. And exhale. Bring your face back up to center. Right ear presses over to the right shoulder. And bring your left hand back behind you in chicken wing fashion. Take a few breaths here. Finding a stretch there in the side of the left neck. Letting your exhales release your tension here. Again, just trusting that process of slowing down and releasing. Come back to center. Relax the left hand down, stretch the left ear to the left shoulder. And then the right arm comes back behind you. The palm is pressing away, the elbow pressing away. Feel that stretch in the side of the right neck. Relax your jaw. Make sure you're not clenching your teeth. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Come back to center. And let's move off of those knees, bringing some movement or some feeling back into the ankles. Stretch out either into plank pose or downward dog and just pedal into the legs here. Bringing circulation back in. And knees return to the mat. Left hand steps a little off center, a little toward the side of the mat here in your tabletop. Right arm reaches up, open through the shoulder, and then take 4 forward swimmers, nice and slow. If you have any junk going on in that wrist, just lift up to a kneeling position and go into forward swimmers. You can take all of that pressure off of the left wrist if you'd like. Otherwise, stretch up through the palm and feel that as a stretch and part of your foundation for backward swimmers. Going in that full range of motion. One more. Right hand down. Press back, child's pose. Take a moment in center. And slowly lift back up. Eyes can stay closed, knees right under the hips. Right hand steps a little bit center, or a little off center. Left arm starts to go in those forward swimmers. And remember, you can come up to that kneeling position if the right shoulder is not enjoying this, or the right wrist. Slow breathing. And other way. Hands back to center, stretch back, child's pose. Take a few slow breaths here. If shoulders are tired, you can reach the arms back. And inhale, count of 6. Feel the belly expand, the lungs expand. Exhale, count of 6. And start to move up and into tabletop position. 10 breaths in cat-cow. As you inhale, belly drops down, heart and hips lift. Exhale, curl and round, press the ground away. Inhale, come up, cow pose, lift the heart. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale. And exhale, keep going here. Feel your rhythm. Back to stillness, tabletop. Lift up into dog pose and right away walk your hands back to hang in a ragdoll. Bend into your knees and circle the wrists a few times. As you inhale, legs firm, come to a half, lift hands to your shins. Exhale, fold in, slow and steady, knees can stay bent. Press through the feet, reach all the way up, circle the arms tall. And hands to your heart, Tadasana pose. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, crown of the head reaches up. Expand into the belly on the inhale. Connect to your heartbeat under your thumbs. Exhale, feel the firmness of your legs. Feel that pressure of the feet meeting the earth. Hands come back behind you. Strap or towel will come in handy here if fingers don't easily interlace. If they easily interlace, you don't need your strap or towel at this time. Interlace your fingers, and if it's okay, you'll press the palms together as well. And then once you have that, reach the knuckles away from the tailbone, shoulder blades reach together. And then once you find this position, lift up into the heart, lift up through the face, bend into the knees just a little. And brighten your posture here. Really feel that stretch across the collarbones, across the front of the chest. If you're using the strap or the towel, you'll just hold onto it, knuckles pressing toward the body. You'll reach away, lift the heart, lift the face. It's just a more gentle version of the same stretch. Comfort in the legs. Return to your slow rhythm. This weekly reset class is a chance to really slow down for 75 minutes. Allow the body a chance to soften. Open up into the heart. Take an inhale. Bend the knees. Keep the hands pressing away from the spine, the knuckles interlaced. We're using the strap as you fold forward. And breathe here. If there's discomfort at all, you'll drop the hands to ragdoll. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And if it's uncomfortable to reach the arms up, just rest them down to the sacrum. So many ways to soften a pose. Take several more slow rounds here. How are your feet pressing into the earth? Can you feel equality in the four corners of the feet? Maybe standing center. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hands down. Hands to your shins. Take a few breaths here in standing tabletop. Lengthen out through the tailbone, lengthen out through the crown of the head, noticing your posture. Bend into your left knee and bring left elbow to the thigh. That right leg is firm. Feet pressing equally into the earth. Left knee bent. As you inhale, reach right arm up. Feel the stretch in the back of the hamstring and that opening in the front of the right chest. Elbows pressing firmly into that left thigh to create this lift in your twist. Take another breath. Back to center. Finding tabletop again, lengthen out through the tailbone and the crown of the head. Right elbow to right thigh. Left arm reaches up. Breathing through the collarbones. Feel the twist. Notice if this is a balanced pose for you. Throwing yourself off center, so just hold yourself steady. One more breath, open up. Exhale, come back to standing tabletop. Hands to the shins, lengthening out. Inhale. Softly fold in as you exhale, knees can bend. All the way up, press through the feet, reach through the arms, and bring yourself into a chest stretch through gratitude arms, and then elbows down to your sides, hands down to your sides. Let's do that a few times. Inhale, reach up, palms pressed together. As you exhale, stretch through the front of the chest as the elbows come down. Try to bring them to the sides of your waist and then arms. A few times. Inhale. Exhale through cactus arms, that exaggerated stretch through the chest, through the collarbones, reaching the fingers away from the shoulders. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And stay here for a moment with the elbows pressing in. Try to bring the palms further apart, really open into the heart, the collarbones, the front of the chest. And hands release down. We'll find our trusty towel or strap. Then you'll come to stand with your hands and shoulders again, right in line with each other. Bend into the knees a little bit, feet nice and equal on the ground. As you inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale over to the left. Feel a slight pulling of the arm. Inhale, come up through center. And exhale, right feet are pressing firmly in. Feel the stretch. Back to center. And a few times, let's keep going. Feel the stretch through the side of the ribs, the shoulder blades. Last one. Back to center, arms come down, rest them in front, drop your eyes closed, tuck your chin to your chest and take a few breaths here. And let the face back up. Using the towel or the strap, right arm will reach up, holding onto the towel, and then you're going to find the other end as though you're using that, as though you're going to dry your back off after a shower. Hopefully your kitchen towel is long enough that you can find both ends. If it's not, I invite you to find a longer strap or a longer belt. Hopefully it is long enough for you. And then just as though you are trying to dry your back, just move the hands up and down a few times. Feel that stretch. And don't collapse forward in the chest, lift tall. And then slow that movement down. Really feel that stretching through the triceps and through the shoulders. Relax back down. Change sides with the towel. Left arm reaches up. Right arm reaches back, finding the other end of the towel. And then a little quick here, you'll go and find that drying your back motion. Ensure you're comfortable in your legs and your spine. And then slow down a little bit. See if you can increase the range of motion that you're going through. Find that stretch through the tricep, the side of the shoulder. And release back down. Drop your towel to the earth, hands to the thighs, or to the tops of the thighs, and press it back here. It's another form of standing tabletop. So the palms are going into that crease of the hips, and you're pressing the hands in. And what this will hopefully do for you is create this little bit of traction for the lumbar spine. It's nice to do after you've been standing there for a moment. And then fold forward as you'd like, hang there. Lazy ragdoll, holding opposite elbows, knees bent. Take a few breaths. Just anchoring your awareness to the bottoms of your feet, noticing how you're stacking your weight. Hands relax to the earth. Step back to downward facing dog. We'll take 10 breaths here in dog pose, and if your shoulders are not for a dog pose tonight, just come to your knees, or even better, come to a child's pose. Feel free to move here, chest pressing toward the thighs, the heels pressing toward the earth. The knees can be as bent as you'd like for comfort. And slowly drop your knees down. And we're going to come to a thread the needle from child's pose. Right arm will reach through and bring yourself down to your child's pose. If hips are up a little bit from the heels, that's just fine. But if they're okay, you'll sink all the way back to your child's pose. Right arm reaching through, left arm reaching forward. If you're not feeling the stretch in the right shoulder, you can bend the left arm and press yourself a little bit more open in the chest, which rolls you to that shoulder blade a little bit more. Return to that inhale for 6 and exhale for 6, just holding here. And as you feel the body adjust and open, adjust yourself and just melt in again. Use the breath to help this relaxation process. Move back through center. And for the needle, other side, the left arm reaching through, right arm reaching forward. You can use the right hand to help you a little deeper to your twist. Come back to center, child's pose, stretch forward. Allow this sense of settling inward to occur with those exhales. Walk your hands back in. We'll come up and over to sit in easy pose. You can roll your blanket up to sit on it. Again, if easy pose is not for you, feel free to come to kneeling position or to find a chair and then have your strap or towel handy. Flex out through the heels, sit bones pressing into the earth, and you can even move the flesh out of the way of the sit bones, flexing out through the heels, hands to your knees, lift tall into the spine. And with a focus of opening into the chest, we're going to move here in seated cat-cow for about 10 rounds. And I want this feeling that each time we're coming up and forward into the cow stretch, you're really finding this uplift and this stretch through the collarbones, through the sternum, as though you're opening up all of that tension, all of that tightness. And as you curl and round, have the feeling that you're opening through the shoulder blades and letting go of that tension there. The shoulder blades are such a magnet for tension and tightness. So let's move here with the breath, inhaling, the belly comes forward, the heart lifts, really concentrate on opening through the throat, the collarbones, the chest. Curl and round, mindfully stretching through the shoulder blades. The chin tucks in, make sure you're stretching into the rest of the spine as well. Let your eyes drop closed and move with your rhythm. If you're carrying a lot of stress, use some open mouth exhales to let that go. If you're carrying someone else's stress, make sure those exhales are extra loud. If you're holding fear or anxiety or overwhelm, just let that go too with an open mouth exhale. Let there be a little heat to that exhale, shoulders releasing. 3 more slow rounds. Come back to a lifted position. Make a mental note of which leg is in front for you. And then hands are going to reach back behind you. Stretch the legs out, straighten the knees. Windshield wiper here. Careful not to collapse into the chest and shoulders. And then bend into the knees. Soles of the feet come to the earth. Fingertips are pressing away from you here, palms pressing in. Lift up into the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, twist the knees over to the right and turn and look left. Inhale, keep the chest lifted. You can have a little bend in the elbows. Exhale, knees left, face right. One more each side, coming into this stretch through the chest and giving yourself a little twisting and hip release as well. Last one through center and twist. Back through center, opposite leg comes in front now, flexing out through the heels and set yourself up for this nice tall posture. Hands return to the knees. And same thing, cat-cow. As you inhale, belly comes forward, tailbone presses back, heart and throat lift. Exhale, curl and round. Keep going. Try to be even more slow and mindful about this than your last round. What were you able to open? Last 2 rounds. Come back to a lifted spine. Bring that hands back behind you. This time fingertips press toward you, feet press out. Give yourself that little side to side movements. And then knees bend, feet press in. Little bend to the elbows if you'd like. Lift up into the chest, open, or shoulder blades press together. Inhale. Exhale, knees fall to the right, turn look left, and we'll hold here. Take several breaths. Don't collapse into the chest, but bend into the elbows. If there's any strain, it can really help to offset a lot of that weight and that pressure that you're putting into the wrists. Take another breath here. Open through the chest, stretch through the collarbones. And back through center. Another side. And come back to center. Right leg in front, easy pose. Knees to your, or hands to your knees, lift tall, and we'll fold forward here. If folding forward for you does not bring you very close to the earth, that is more than okay. You can prop yourself up on something at home. Maybe you have a footstool or a laundry basket somewhere handy that you could rest your head on. You can bring hands to, or elbows to the knees and rest your head to your hands. Walk forward as it's okay for you. Forearms can come to the earth or forehead. Breathe deeply into the back of your body. Feel the stretch in the shoulder blades. A few more breaths. Inhaling now for the count of 8. Excuse me. Slowly start to walk your hands in. We'll lean back and change the cross of our legs. I now feel like perhaps I said inhale for the count of 8 and never said exhale because I started to cough. So please make sure you exhaled. Hands to your knees. Opposite leg in front, and we'll fold forward again. Just taking your time to find your best stretch. Forehead pressing into the hands or the earth if that's comfortable. And inhale for 8. And exhale for 8, really guiding awareness inward. Slowly walk yourself back in. We're going to come down to our backs. Before we do, I want to show you eagle arms or variations of eagle arms because we're going to come into a really nice shoulder blade stretch as we come down to lay down. So eagle arms, and I'm going to give this option either way, where we're just going to cross the arms, an eagle hug as I call it, where elbows cross and then hands rest on the shoulders. And if this is where you're comfortable, this is where your eagle arms can be for the whole time. Traditionally, elbows cross and then wrists cross as you bring the palms of the hands together and the elbows press away from each other. And that's a traditional eagle arm pose. If bringing palms together doesn't work for you, you can bring just the backs of the hands together. And so that's 3 options for you. One, just to have eagle hug, which we'll come into as a group anyway at a point. And then you'll also have options to either bring backs of the hands together or fronts of the hands together as the elbows press away. So we'll come to lay down on the earth. You can put your layers on. Keep your towel handy. We'll use it for Shavasana. Keep your blanket handy in case you want to wrap up for comfort for Shavasana. And then lay down onto your mat, knees bend. Palms of your hands start out at your sides, pressing into the earth. And take a moment here and press the small of your back down to the earth and then lengthen the tailbone out from there. The feet pressing in comfortably knee distance. And the knees are hip distance. Press into the elbows so that you can lift the chest up and wrap those shoulder blades closer together. And then lay the shoulders back down to the earth. Take a slow inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet as wide as the mat. Let your knees fall in together. We're going for a stretch here in the sacrum, which is the back of our hips that are pressing into the earth. If you're not feeling a stretch there yet, walk your feet a little wider as the knees continue to press in. And be mindful with that because it can go from feeling like nothing to feeling quite intense pretty quickly there. And then we'll find the eagle hug as I demonstrated, where we're just gonna bring left hand to right shoulder and right hand to left shoulder, the elbows crossing at the chest. And your arms are gonna rest onto the sternum as they can. Feeling the weight of your arms bringing comfort to the chest. And then keeping the knees knocking together, keeping the hands on the shoulders and feeling the arms relax to the chest. Turn or lift the head up. Turn the right ear down toward the earth. And then lay your head down. Feeling that stretch in your neck and shoulders. And breathe here. We'll hold for about 10 rounds of breath. Get into the rhythm, inhaling for 8. Exhaling for 8. And feeling yourself continually melt. The arms are melting to the chest. The torso is melting to the earth. Legs stay as they are. Face comes back to center. Stretch your arms out. And then change the cross of the elbows, bringing the opposite arm on top. Hands rest to the shoulders. Lift up into the back of the head. Turn the left ear toward the earth. Lay the head back down and return to your slow rhythm of breath. If you found that 8 and 8 rhythm to be comforting and lovely, you can stick with it. You can also bump it up to 10 and 10, or perhaps an inhale of 8 and an exhale of 10. Trying to stay mindful with your count and just bringing awareness back when it inevitably drifts from that task. Sense of heaviness of the arms resting to the sternum. That feeling of calm just pressing through the whole body. Carefully bring the face back to center. Knees come apart, feet walk back to hip distance, and arms return to your sides, just coming back to our lower bridge position. Feet pressing in, knees comfortably bent, and palms resting on the earth. An eagle hug will remain your option if that was comfortable for you, or you'll find backs of the hands together, or you'll find palms together. And then you can even rest the thumbs to the forehead as the elbows press away, feeling the shoulder blades widen. We're going to drop to a twist here. Knees are going to go right. And then take your eagle torso and wiggle to the left just as you can. It's not a big move. Just finding this different stretch there for the left shoulder, and giving the hips and spine a chance to release as well. The hands compress to the forehead if that's comfortable. If it's not, you'll find that stretch where it's nice for you and come back to that slow, easy breath. And coming back to center, notice how your arms crossed, uncross, and then recross. Either hands to your shoulders or finding your arm position. And the knees fall over to the left. Scooch the arms and torso to the right, feeling that stretch in the right shoulder, hands pressing in. Twisted eagle on the floor. Come back to center, knees come up. Unwind the arms, bring the palms down to your sides, roll the shoulder blades underneath you, and stretch the whole spine long. And just a tilt to the pelvis. Lift and lower the tailbone, the pelvic bone, and feel the small of the back pressing into the earth and then lifting away from the earth, creating space and then pressing it into or getting rid of it. And do that a few times. Just targeting that stretch into the lumbar spine and sacrum. And come back to stillness. Right knee hugs in toward the belly. You can interlace the hands around the shin. Open the left knee out into a bound angle pose and breathe here into your hips for a few rounds. The right thigh pressing toward the belly, the left knee opening out. And then you can also roll into a range of motion circle in that right ankle. Going both ways slowly. Left knee comes to center. And stretch the left leg long. Right knee still hugging in. Feel the shoulders press back against the earth. Relax the jaw. Left knee comes in, hug in both knees. And the right foot comes down to the earth. Open out through the right knee, round ankle pose. Then a few rolls each way go into that range of motion for the left ankle. Right knee comes center. And then the right leg stretches out, finding stillness here for a few more breaths. Left thigh pressing toward the belly. And right knee hugs in. Roll gently here, side to side, feeling the movement not only in the hips, but in the shoulders, the back of the head. Feet come down to the earth. And our final pose for our class tonight will be bound angled pose with soles of the feet coming together and then interlacing the hands underneath the head. Coming into this final chest stretch, this chest opener, heart opener. Feel comfort here as you settle in. The towel can already come over your eyes if you'd like. Really being able to quiet into a held pose like this, it can just help you to relax even further into it. Just trusting this process of bringing the body down and then down again. Letting go of the rhythm of your breath, just start to notice as you exhale. Let that exhale just pause. Let that sense of everything quieting for that moment become part of this position. The inhale comes in naturally when it needs to. The exhale relaxes you into the earth as the heart opens, the hips open. And let the exhale pause naturally, feeling yourself sink in a little more. Bring your knees back together. Arms reach down to your sides. And hug knees to your chest. Just rolling around gently side to side. Stay here or reach up for a happy baby. It's hands reaching up for the soles of the feet. If they don't quite reach the feet, you can find the ankles or even just hold on to the thighs. Feet flexing up, tailbone pressing down. And as you're ready, feet come down, stretch out. Adding your blanket on top if you'd like, or using a pillow, finding this warm place to rest. Even though this class is such a quiet place, it's such a quiet class, as you come to absolute stillness, the body pulls off even more. So have this feeling that you're warm and cozy and settled in. That towel covering your eyes for comfort, for that extra layer of quieting, and having your arms rest gently at your sides, everything quieting inward. Feel the whole body relax to the earth, a little heavier, the exhales quietly leaving the body. And then pausing the breath, just feeling that sense of absolute stillness coming over you. Relaxing movement from the hands and feet, from the face, anywhere where you're holding activity. Just let that melt away. Your jaw soften. Let your belly soften. Have this sense of rest in your body for the next few moments. Just allowing yourself this absolute stillness, this absolute quiet. Start to deepen your breath. Just noticing the sense of stillness you were able to cultivate in your body and your mind. Start to move into fingers and toes, hands and feet. Bending into your knees. Gently turn over to one side. Feeling the weight shift, eyes can stay closed. And then as you're ready, come on up into a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart. Palms pressed together, eyes closed. Take a moment here, thanking yourself for showing up and just noticing the effects of your practice. Do you feel calmer? Do you feel more able to tackle your next step in life? Let's end class with the sound of 3 ohms, raising our voices, raising vibrations. Nice, slow, deep inhale. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste.